Welcome to Scale Models. I am Jason, your host, and I do models. How is everyone doing today? I am live on a Sunday. I have my knee wrapped up, and I'm hoping I can get more done than a simple hour stream, but we will see how that goes. Take it a minute for some people to get in here. Didn't announce my stream ahead of time, so it is 6:30 in the morning here in America, Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure what time it is around the world, but I have a few things to take care of. I'm using the face camera today, and hopefully it doesn't glitch out while I'm waiting for people to show up. If anybody shows up, we will see. Why I am doing that, I am going to go over some stuff for you people who may rewatch the stream later, so there's not just dead content. I got some new of this MG Chemicals Super Wick. This is zero point 0.8 millimeter. It's hard to see there. Yeah, see, it says 0.8 millimeter. So I got a 10 pack of this because it wouldn't come in the 25 foot or 50 foot rolls of this. So I have 0.8 millimeter, I have 2 millimeter, and I have 1.5 millimeter coming on Monday or Tuesday, I believe. So I ordered another iFixit kit that will be here Monday, the Mantra one. I basically wanted another handle, and I wanted that big beefy handle for taking apart some other things. So all that good stuff. Just let me pick up a little bit. We have two viewers. David, how you doing? It's good to see you back in the chat. I want to change this tip in my micro pencil here to this chisel tip. Change that. We're going to be cleaning up some pads and what is on here that is massive. Let's see here. What do we want? We want this tip here. That seems about right. So I'm going to put on this blue one is my bevel tip, and we will put the chisel tip away. So we got that set up. That's ready to go. So we are changing the port on number 3 and giving an ultrasonic cleaning and testing. So that is what the plan is today. So I got ports. They're eBay ports. They're ridiculous in price. So I'm hoping I don't mess it up. I have ports coming from AliExpress, but they appear to be lost, and then I had to order some more. So we'll see if it works out. So I got a new USB-C port, and I believe I'm going to do it over the desk. And my over the desk board holder. So looks like, David, you're going to get a private consultation of a port change. Here, let me see if I can get this lower to about there. Let me get the board in here. Now I gotta slide it over more than that. Okay, so I need to put it upside down. That would help. Oh, this is going to be odd. Okay, so I need to move my vise. It's hard to see what I'm doing, but I need to move my vise over so I can get to the port. See, Phil is left-handed, so dropping the port out for the bottom is, I would think, a smidge easier for him. Because if I do it like this, I don't want to knock any components off of there. I don't want my scope fit over that. Okay, so there is the port. Okay, so I'm trying to square the port up on the scope here. It's not the best articulating boom arm, but it does do the job. Alright, let's switch you over to, let's dump my face because we don't need to see that. And let's go to that. So there is the port. If I can add some more light to it. Okay, so that is the port I plan on removing. Let me grab my hot air. I am going to switch to my bigger tip here. Yeah, slightly bigger tip. I'm going to turn my air on. For some reason, my settings don't save in my S420. 420. See, that's 320. 480 at 50. I don't want 480. I don't know why this one keeps changing. I want this at 420. This middle one keeps changing my temperature I program into it. Alright. Let's try programming that again. Alright, that should be programmed in there. Okay, so I am going to grab this port with my tweezers here. Hopefully, let me see if I can get you a bigger, more zoomed out view here so you can see what I'm doing better. There, that seems a little bit better, guys. So, 3 viewers now. So I'm gonna let this heat up. Okay, we are at temperature. And we are going to remove this port here. Alright. Alright, hopefully I didn't tear any pads on that. Let's just take a look at the bottom of the port here. Don't see any pads stuck to the port. Alright, so that's the bad port. Goes there. Let's flip this over here. And so let's slide my clamp back and we'll take a look at this here because we're going to put it back on. Okay, so Alright, so that's what it looks like after I pulled it. Alright, so I am going to get some of my solder wick in here. I'm going to clip the end of this off. So right now I've already called it. I did a fantastic job because I didn't pull any pads. So I am going to get some leaded solder into the holes because I'm actually going to clear the holes out this time. So last time I didn't clear out the holes. So I'm actually going to clear out the holes this time. Let the iron heat up. There we go. Is it at 800? Alright, let's clean the tip. Let's come in here and flow some solder in there, some leaded solder in there, in there, just to make sure there's no more of that unleaded stuff in there. There shouldn't be. Okay. Okay, so it's not cleaning it out as well as I would have liked it to. So I'm going to come from underneath. Okay, so let's come in from underneath and we can't see. There we go, now we can see. And we'll put some more fresh leaded in them holes. First we're going to get some flux in there. Use this stuff. I just want to get these holes clean. Hey Phil, how's it going? Yeah, Dave was getting a private show. He was enjoying it. So I got the poured off, no torn pads. So I'm just trying to clean up some of these holes on this port. They're kind of grubby. Just want to clean them out. going to have to use the solder sucker to get that stuff out. Oh, I'm glad you can make it, Phil and Dave. Appreciate it. And no, it's not my wick, Phil. I know you think it's bad. Hey, buddy,
Yeah?
can you get me the top drawer? Open it up and hand me that thing in black right there. Black, right there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, so I got the solder sucker. Heat this thing. Yeah, that stuff's horrible. I hate that thing. Alright. Don't use the sucker. Okay. I already used it. I'm determined to get these pads clean. Alright, that's close enough, I guess. Yeah, that's my big tip. Let me... that is my big tip. Alright. It's too violent. I'm going to try from the other side. Alright, we're going to try it from the other side here. I just was afraid I was going to tear pads doing it from this side. After I saw what Phil had to do last night, I was getting nervous on the tore pads. What I can do is use my special tools that I have, because I have special tools to use for this. It's too big. Where's my small one? And the smallest one is too big. So let's cancel out the special tools because they're all too big for this. So we're going to go with it the way it is. So I'm going to get my iron and find my solder. And I'm going to break that off. Add a little bit of flux to the board here. That's just, yeah, 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 you did make it look pretty easy, Phil. I'm not reading that other stuff that you said. That solder ball out of there. Why is my tip not tinning? My tip is literally, well, I literally just may have set my heating pad on fire. The new tip, I haven't used this one yet. It will not take a ball of solder on the tip. This is weird. Yeah, solder won't stick to this tip. That is the weirdest thing in the world. Alright, whatever. I'm going to switch. That may have been my problem. The solder wasn't sticking to it. That was weird. Oh. Every tip you buy is good. Yeah. That wasn't a conical tip, that was a bevel tip, Phil. Yeah, the iron's at 480 C, 800 feet Fahrenheit. Yeah, see, that's melting it. That's what I want. That was the problem. That tip wasn't hot enough. That one wasn't an actual Hacko tip. That was one of the ones that I purchased separately. That apparently is not any good. But I'll put some tip tinner on it and see if it works any better. Alright, so that's as good as I'm getting it. Alright, let's clean this up here. Alright, so I got my new port. Everything looks good on the new port. I'm going to put the flux down on here. I'm going to try not to melt this port. Like, there's the alarm, guys. Look at that. Every day. Every single day. Okay, so. Cut a small amount off the fantastic wick. Okay. Cut a small amount off the best wick ever to prevent a bit more heat soak. Okay. Yes, it does look like it sucks up tons of solder. Yeah, it looks fantastic, doesn't it, Phil? Looks like the best wick ever. Yeah, nobody likes odd numbers, Phil. That's a normal thing. Alright. I am going to put this port on now. Let my air station heat up. Okay, it is to the temperature. Coming from underneath now. I'm fixing to drop this board in here. Okay, I hope that worked because that did not go in as I had hoped it to. I'm probably melted the pork pretty bad, so we're going to check it in 1 second here. Should be fine. Hey Jay, how's it going? Alright, so I'm going to check it. Looks good in there. Let's check back here. Oh, it's not too bad. I didn't melt it as bad as the last one. We'll check the pins here with the tweezers in a second. Alright, I gotta rearrange my setup here, so I'm gonna go this one gone. I will let you see my beautiful face. Hello all. So we're going to turn off that, move that out of the way, move that out of the way, and we're going to move the scope back into this position. And we're going to take our board and we're going to put it like so. Take our bench vise off. This is where the knee pain starts to come in. Okay, so you guys saw me enough. Let's do this with this, and I could probably come in a little bit with this. Sorry for the jerkiness. That's just my natural personality. So, alright. And I appreciate telling me I'm number one, Phil. I really do. I really think I am number one. I would say you're number one, but, you know, I appreciate that you think I'm number one. So, you know, and, you know, if this is soldered down, at least it's not melted. So, that's always a plus thing. Let's check this here. Now, which side do I want? Good. 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 Whoops, is that one good? Yeah, it was good. Good. That one could be a touch up. That one need a touch up? No. I'm just going to touch that one up. Well, I'm going to touch them all up, but I'm just going to do this here and add a little bit of flux. You know what? I am going to not use this iron. I'm going to use my other iron just because. All right. Got a mess on my bench again. Yeah, do you really seriously want me trying to fix customer stuff right now? Seriously, Phil? That's just a stupid thing to say. Alright. I am trying to learn on my devices before I touch a customer's device. Oh, stupid thing's asleep. That's irritating. it should have shored these up. Seems good. Watch me not to put that on camera. Oh no, it's up there. Okay, so, alright. How much faith does everyone have in my ability to do that? So, is everybody feeling that I did a good job on this? Do you feel that it is ready to test with the LCD connector and the USB port? Everybody agree we need to test it to make sure it works. So I am going to throw it, and I'm going to bang my head on that camera because that's something that's fun to do. And I'm going to turn the ultrasonic cleaner on, chuck the board in, and I'm going to run it. So I'm going to get all that flux off. In the meantime, I really did bang that camera, didn't I? There we go. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate it. I know we mess around, but you do let me know when I do good work, and I appreciate that. Okay. So, I hate this thing. This is just, can't stand that thing. Alright. So that won't take long. I already cleaned the LCD connector in it, but I wanted to do it again because it still had minute amount of stuff in it, and I didn't want to stick the connector in there with that little bit of stuff on there, so I'm just gonna put my stuff up there. Alright, I am interested in trying some of that Goodwick though. That port is shot, throw it away. So in the meantime, I want to check something because Micromage messaged me on Facebook, and he showed me his setup for the power supply using it on the switch, and he basically just did what I'm doing here, plug banana jacks into a barrel jack, and the barrel jack goes to the switch. Now, I tried this yesterday, and it didn't work, but he said I used 15 volts, and I shouldn't have used 15 volts. I should have used 5 volts. So we will put the meter on the screen, and we will... I said put the meter on the screen. What? Oh, there it is. Wow, that was weird. So it's set for 0 volt. That is definitely not what it's set for. That was weird. Huh, that is strange. Okay, let's just check this here. Let's open it again. Yeah, I know you need 15 volts, but if I can figure out why it works on 5 and not 15, I can, okay, yeah, my power supply doesn't want to connect to the screen. So, no on-screen power supply, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this into here, and we're going to get out our trusty one that I know charges, but that's about all it does. So, we're going to plug our battery in. And just to show you that it does charge, I'm going to plug in my OEM charger, and I'm going to plug it in, and it negotiates for 15 volts at 316 milliamps. It's slow charging. It never ramps up to fast charging. This battery is almost full. So dealing with that, I might think it's a BQ. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to swap this to this. I'm going to turn on station 2, which is 5 volts. And I'm going to plug it in here. Yeah, see, it doesn't like 5 volts either. And he says he has the same supply as I do. No, even if I bypass the meter, it's not drawing anything. Do I have my wires connected right? Yep. Plus to plus, minus to minus. It powers the meter. The meter will turn on with 5 volts. But for some reason it won't pass the 5 volts into the... Yeah, anyways, this is what Micromage says he does. That's exactly what I thought. And I had got it working at one point, but now it doesn't want to seem to work. I need to try it on a different switch when I do that trace repair. I'll hash it out when I get that trace repair done on number 2. That might be coming up here in a minute, depending on how the ultrasonic cleaner does. Alright, let's disconnect that. Alright, that is done from the cleaner. So I'm going to grab that out of the cleaner. Flip it over. And run it again. So I flipped it over and it's going to run again. And then we will chit chat. Buy yourself a PD3 charge and build it into a brick alley. Listen, I bought the thing I sent you. I'm going to pull that up. So, where's it at? Not that one. Okay, so let's go to Amazon. I want to go to Amazon.com. What? There we go. And then this is a USB-C power bank board, I believe I typed in. Yeah, let's see here. Let me just find it. Yeah, here it is right here. Alright, let me go over here to this one. This is what I got right here. And I'm going to mount it right above my power supply, so I can just plug the cable into it when I need to, and I can plug it into my dedicated 5-volt line. Yeah, I have pre-built USB 3 PD stuff in Eagle that we can adapt to any size you want. I believe this one has a switch that you can switch between voltages. If I do anything, I'm going to do it like the original one that I did, like this, that has the display on it, because it is nice to know what the voltage is actually being output. I did not put a selector switch on this, but it is a working unit, and like I said, I can plug in a USB to USB-C and charge a switch from the bench supply. You can have it set up to automatically negotiate. This one will the one I just showed you, that one is a fast trigger auto negotiate, but sometimes I like to fiddle around with the amount that it outputs. But I have well, I'm not gonna grab it, but I have a power bank that does PD USB. I believe it'll do 15 volts. It's a little finicky at sometimes, so But that is that. So we are going to need this because we are going to test this switch here. So now this one is the one that had a shorted MOSFET on it, and the MOSFET was getting hot. But I don't think that was the problem because the MOSFETs were fine. I think it was other issues being shorted on the board, like the pins in the LCD connector being shorted and the USB port being all knackered. So I'm hoping that we can just take it out of the cleaner in about 80 seconds and clean it off, dry it real good, and then give it a test. We're not going to put any more hot air on it, but we can give it a good test. Actually, I'm just going to pull it now. Alright, so put that on there, turn that off. That is a nice ultrasonic cleaner for the price. Circuit with an LCD and terminals. Yeah, I mean, I can send you an Eagle file. The software is free to use with the basics of a 3.5 or 2.5 to 5 volt boost circuit that gives you the PD, and you can make it. You can add as many terminals as you want, or you can add many outputs as you want. You just need to add the appropriate components for it, but you should only need the one controller. Like I'll show you. Like if you have multiple inputs on, like you could take one of these here and you can make this board a little bit bigger, and you could have this plug into your power supply. And you could have an output instead of a USB port. You could have a set of leads coming off. You could have 12 volts. You could have 5 volts. You could add a 15 volt PD charger. You could add a regular 5 volt USB. You could do a 5 volt fast charge. So I'll send you a blank one of these, and you can expand it and add whatever you want, and then it basically plugs into your power supply, runs off 5 volts, and it will step up the voltage and negotiate with whatever you have out there, and I believe it will dump 5 amps if you put 5 amps into it, or 7 amps into it. So if you put 5 volts at 7 amps, you could dump out about 5 amps. Because of power losses and whatnot, stepping up the voltage to 20 volts or 24 volts or whatever you need to step it up to. But they're very simple to make, and you can get the very simple to make. That one was a little bit more complicated because it had the LCD controller on it, but it worked out. So let me get some air on this. I need to solder those ground pins on that USB port, but I want to test it first. So, just want to give it a little bit longer to get rid of the alcohol that was in the ultrasonic cleaner. So we're hoping that this works. I'm not sure about anything else in this switch. While we're here, we can test some things on the housing here. Let's check this housing here. Set our screen protector out. Let's give this housing a check here. I want to check the battery voltage. So, DMM up. DMM Software's down here. Alright, I want to check to see what the battery is sitting at. The battery is at 2.5 volts. That's about to shut down completely, so that battery is totally flat. I'll do a test thing and see if it charges on my test battery. If it charges with my test battery, then I will put it in the housing and see if I can get this to work. If I can get this to work, I will have I will have done something that I can put forward that I can do this no problem and I have no issues. So, I mean, I have issues, everybody has issues, but this is like, I did it, I fixed one that was completely knackered, and I'm able to do this and, you know, move forward. So, I'm going to hook this battery up to this, and we're going to plug in the voltmeter, and we get 14 volts at 300, and it looped, and now it has no power. So it's back to doing that boot loop thing. So now it's drawing no power. So let's bring this in. Okay, so here's what we got. So it's drawing no power, and if I plug this back in, it'll draw no power. If I disconnect the battery and reconnect the battery, and we have to disconnect everything. Alright, and then we plug this in. Everybody watch closely. It's going to draw forward, it's going to drop, and it's going to boot loop in a little bit. See, that's way too low. That sounds like an M92. See, now it's not boot looping, but it's not drawing much current. Let's take some preliminary readings. First, I want to see... Oh, the battery wasn't in all the way. So, I want to take some readings here. I want to check to see if there's voltage on this coil. Yeah, 4.1 volts. What's going into the battery? 4.1 volts. It is charging the battery very, very slowly. So see, it starts out at 200 and then it drops down to 199. What does it draw without the battery connected? No, it doesn't draw anything without the battery. That's strange. Oh, Phil, I see that you were leaving. My bad. Well, Phil would have been super handy in this. So we are 0.199. So, and I just want to make sure the port's good. I want to try it this way, just to make sure I did the port good. And it doesn't even want to register going that way. Okay, before I jump to that it's a port issue, it did that before I changed the port. So what I'm thinking is it's a P13 issue. So only a charging on one side of the port seems to be P13. I changed P13 once already in this module. So I don't know why it would go bad again, or if it would go bad. So let's do some tests here. Why is that not like that? That's weird. Okay, let's test some caps around M92. So let me go to continuity mode. Continuity. It's going to beep at 50 ohms. So let's check these three here. Nope. That's ground. Nope. 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 Alright. No on those. No there. Let's check around BQ. Let's check the coil. Coil's good. Let's check P13. Let's check P13 real quick. Nope, no short on P13. Like I said, I changed P13. Let's check the filters. See, this is where this one got me, because I got this in and the USB port was bad. I changed the USB port and then I noticed the LCD connector was bad, and then I had to wait to change that. So I thought maybe there was a short going on in there, but now there appears to be more issues wrong with this and only charging on one side. Check P next to him. Yeah, the cap next to M92, yeah, that's this one right here, and it is not short, or at least it wasn't a minute ago. See, it's not short. 800 ohms. That one's not short either. If I remember when this came in, there was no shorts on the board and the port was damaged. I changed the port. Change the port again. I mean, only charging one way. P13's been changed on this, and so is M92. I've changed both these chips. So this is strange. Oh, I didn't even have it on the microscope. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yeah, there was no short caps. Try it in the housing to see if I get display and backlight. Okay. Might as well. In order for me to do this, I have to put a few screws in there. I'm not as skilled as Phil is. Oh, that was the wrong bit. Alright. Okay, so let us
try this fancy new connector. That feels good. That feels really good, actually. Let me get some tweezers here and fish a few cables out. Like that one. That one. Okay, so now I need to I don't see how Phil does this. There it goes. Actually, that was easier than last time. Okay, and then what I do is I take one motherboard screw right here, and I first pull out my power cable and my backlight. And this ribbon here. That ribbon and this speaker wire. And that looks like everything's there, and now I will put this screw in right here to chance me from mucking up the ribbon cables. So I will connect the power button.
And I left it on the scope. Seriously. Wow. Sorry, guys. I am in this. Yeah, I'm sorry, Jay. Man, I'm having a day. Let me tell you, I heated my knee. I'm heating my knee, so that should, allow me to stream a little bit longer to see if I can get this working. I can't do those 5-hour streams that Phil does. So let's get the backlight plugged in. I need to teach my son video production. Okay, so I'm going to use my known good battery because of that one's flat. So I'm going to plug in the battery, and I just want to see if anything happens with the battery plugged in. I got backlight. With the battery plugged in. So let's see what happens when I charge. Where's the charger? Charger. Let's see what happens when I plug it in this way. Okay, that's the way that it doesn't charge. And I got charger. Look at that. I got charger icon. Okay, there it goes. It's booting up. Boom. Fixed it. It just only charges on one side. If I come to this side, well, let me try it without the power meter. If I plug it in this way, I get no charge. But if I plug it in this way, it charges the battery and it works. Sweet. I can't shut it down, so I'm going to... Boom. Oh, dude, Phil's going to be pissed he missed me fix it. Okay, so you have all borne witness. I have fixed this switch. It turns on. It didn't turn on when I got it. Definitely didn't turn on when I got it. So it only charges on one side. We got to figure that thing out. At this point, with it working, I would say it's either P13 or I did not solder that port incorrectly. That is the only options that I can think of, is that port's still not done correctly. So what I'm going to do is, I wish Phil was still here to ask his opinion, because I watched so many Switch research and things like that, and I don't know where to proceed next. But I mean, that is a working switch. I mean, it works, only charges on one side, but that could have been that port install. I might need to try it again. Huh, I don't know. I don't know. What do I do? You guys got to give me a minute to soak this all in. This is my first board level switch that did not work coming in, and it works now. The other ones, the other two that I have actually successfully fixed were EMI filters and a battery. So this is my first board level repair that actually turns on after it had no power. So very, very excited about this. Heat it and press down. Yeah. Oh, I know. Let's see the port. Oh, well, I'm definitely not going to get into it today. I'm actually going to make a video on it. But I wanna get Phil's opinion on it, because, and I don't understand how that port couldn't have stuck. You guys saw those back pins; they were all good. That is crazy. Here's what I'm gonna do. I have a breakout board coming. Let me show you guys what I have coming. Where's it at? I have. I can't find my mouse. Hold on. Let me go to my orders here on eBay, and I'm going to show you what I have coming. And it should. Oh, not my watch list. Come on, people. Let me show you what I have coming right here. All right. Let's go to monitor 2, and you can see what I buy. So I bought this right here. This is a adapter that you plug into USB-C, and then you have the breakout pins, and you can test to see if the pins are making a connection. So that is en route to my house. Let's do the tracking on it and see. This one is cleared customs. So this one's about 8 days away, maybe 5. What about this one? This one's like 3 days away. It's already in Illinois. So that one's like 3 days away. So when I get that, I will check to see if the port's good, because that will tell me if both sides of the port are good. And then I'll know where it is. I don't want to pull that port again. Thank you, David. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Jay. I just wish Phil could have seen it. In fact, I'm going to close this out, and I'm going to send him a harassing message to tell him that he missed me fixing it. Lots of exclamation points. Boom. Take that, Phil. That's what you get. You come in here and you troll me, and then you miss me fixing it. That's just messed up. Alright, that's cool. I fell asleep during a stream the other day through those 3 switches. I had to rewatch it. So, yeah. So oh my god, I can't believe I got this to work. Oh. This has gave me all new hope, and I can tell people that, hey, I can do this. I can fix these things. This one was pretty bad. It had a bad USB-C port. It had an LCD connector. P13 and M92 were all changed on this. So that was some pretty serious board work that had to be done. I mean, the LCD connector alone, that's not the average, M92 change. That LCD connector stressed me out. And I got it first time, and it works. Screen comes on. So, USB port, that was my second install of a USB port. I feel that it went down good, but I really need to clear out them holes, because I had issues with dropping it in, and I think maybe it didn't drop in evenly. So, but all in all, I think this is very exciting.
Yeah, this is crazy. So this will be on my eBay store soon. That is for sure. So, all right, guys. Yes, you witnessed it in real time, Jay. You and David. You can tell everybody about it if Phil streams today, and tell them that they missed all the glory of me fixing it. It was fantastic. Oh man, I feel so good. All right, I have to call it here, guys. I am going to. I'm just gonna wait for that thing so I can test that port. I'm already waiting on stuff, anyways. Let me check my AliExpress stuff that's been lost. They say December 11th. It's the 6th, so it's got a whole 5 days to get here. But we'll check it again just to see if it's moved. The last time I checked it, it hasn't moved since November 18th. And it's, the 6th. So, let's just see here. Nope. Oh, the last date it actually says it did anything was November 11th. It says departed country of origin. If I go to the global tracking, yeah, see, let me show you guys this. Let's go to this. This is a package here that I ordered. It was, this is all the things that it's done. It was shipped on the 6th. It, package received, departed local sorting center, office of exchange, and then post office collection, handed over to the airline, and then processed. Then it says returned here on the 16th. And then it goes back to this Department of Exchange again. So I'm not sure if this has been lost or what's going on, but that is my big order of parts that I've been waiting on. Yeah, that is my order of parts that I'm waiting on. And let's go back to this. Yeah, probably been traveled to every continent, David. It's very irritating. And I can't believe we got that working just in right away. I'm going to check it later and see if it bumps up the fast charge. Why can't I look at my... let's just do it this way. And AliExpress is slow. So I reordered some other connectors, and they're already entering customs in the United States. So, but, P13 chips is what I mainly need. Yeah, they're on the way to customs. And then I also need M92s and USB ports. The USB ports I've already been through customs. And then the M92s, they're in this country and they're waiting to be delivered. Okay, I will show you this, guys, that I ordered. And I'm going to try and see if I can offer these as a option on my refurbishments. So I'm refurbishing the switches, and they have all these custom units, because I sell every switch with Joy-Cons, and they have all these custom units that you can choose from for, $7. And I was going to get a few of them to see. I got one coming for my son, and I'm going to see how difficult it is to put it on a switch, and just buy one of each, and then offer it. If you wait an extra day on shipping, I'll put it on your refurbished switch I sell you. So I don't know. It might be a service that, yeah. That was good, David. Things easier in the U.S. That was funny. That's good, man. No, it's horrible. We pay stupid import fees now, and if customs doesn't like it, or they're like, oh, this is sold from a U.S. vendor, we're going to reject it in customs. Yeah, it's horrible. And that is a legitimate thing.
big companies in the United States that buy in bulk from China, and then they sell it at outrageous prices on their stores. If customs sees you ordered something that's available on their websites, they will literally reject your package. I think it was like 400 agents have been fired for doing that. It's sad. It really is sad. But that's an idea. I got the Animal Crossing one to put on my son's Switch to see how it is. I might, look into, they're, basically $7.53, and they're only 53 cents shipping. So if I get like, a couple and offer them, and if they sell, I can mark the Switch up by like an extra $20 for the custom case. It would also make my refurbishments stand out from the rest of the stuff on the market. So in the form of refurbishments, because I do a Switch, Joy-Cons, an OEM charger, and then if I can offer a custom shell for $315 or $320, I think I can sell those locally for sure. I could do $280 for a bundle here locally. So, hey Crazy, how's it going? We fixed it. It's fixed. It just charges only on one side, but it turns on. It was literally no power. It had M92 changed, P13 changed, LCD connector changed, and the USB port changed twice. But it finally works. It turns on, and it charges only on one side, but I'm going to get to the bottom of that. I have a tester coming for the USB port to test to see if those legs are soldered down. So thank you, Crazy. I appreciate it. So locally, I can get $280 to $300 for one of my bundles because I warranty it for 3 months. I make sure it has no scratches. I change the digitizer if the digitizer needs to be changed, and they seem to do pretty good. But I think if I do these custom shells, that they may sell for a little bit more. And if I buy, you figure $10 for the shell and 20 or 30 minutes to install it. If I can get an extra $20 on the sale and make it unique so it sells faster, I think that's an idea. I did one of these custom shells for a lady. Which one was it? It was this one. Let me show you. This one right here. No, it wasn't this one. Let me find that one. Let me go to my cart. It's still in my cart because I was going to buy another one. No, it's not in the cart. I do need to order that though. Anyways, it was The Witcher. It was a Witcher set. It was like $30, and it had a front case too. Like I had to peel off the front, the digitizer, take out the mid frame, and put the front piece on, the back piece, and all the Joy-Cons, and it had different Joy-Con buttons. It took me about 2 hours to do, but I did that. I set it completely up. I downloaded almost $500 in eShop games down on it, and I got $80 for doing that, plus the price of the case. So yeah, $80. I don't pay more than $80 for a faulty console. This one was $70 because the guy wanted $125, and I asked him, has it ever been worked on? He goes, I don't know, I think the port was changed. And I was like, yeah, nobody's paying $125. And he's like, what do you think's reasonable? And I sent him an offer for $70, and he took it right away. But I did pay $10 in shipping, so $80. So I figure out shipping, and then I don't pay more than $80. Phil taught me that. So yeah, I don't pay more than $80. If it's if it works when I get it, and there's no scratches on the screen, I'll pay like 95 to 100. But that came back and bit me with the one that needed trace repair, so it wasn't really worth it to. I mean, this one wasn't that bad to get working. Number one is a lost cause. That's going to be a practice board where I inject voltage on it. But, you know, before I started doing the board level repair, there was a local trade-in shop that would trade in, you know, busted up switches, and I would change the batteries and change the digitizer on them if they worked. He would sell them to me if they worked for like 150. I would change the digitizer and the battery and then resell them for 200. So I made like $30 tops on a switch. And if it came with Joy-Cons, I'd fix the Joy-Cons, the drift problem. A lot of Joy-Con drift. Can't do any of that right now. I don't have any more joysticks. I got some coming in. So, but I've done that. This is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 were all board level repair. So that's why they're enabled in the 1,000. So these are all board level repairs. So I feel like I got a knack for it. Well, thanks everybody for stopping by. I appreciate it. Even with the heating pad, my knee is about shot. So thank you guys so much and have a fantastic day.